Well, good afternoon, guys. It's a cleaning video today. Today we're going to clean the decking, and as you can see, it needs it. 1st of March tomorrow. I know it's not officially spring, but it's spring to me, so it's time to get the first bit of cleaning done outside. I did clean the artificial grass down the other day with some bleach, just to get the smell from the, well, dog urine basically. It stunk out here. I did clean all this as well, but as you can see, the animals have totally wrecked it already with muddy footprints, but never mind. It doesn't smell out here like it did anyhow. Right, if you're following the Mazda 5 story, yes, I was very depressed at the end of the last video. No, I haven't scrapped it. I'm taking one last bite at it. I've ordered a MAV sensor. Couldn't get one for $650. Don't know where I saw that price from. No idea. Ended up costing me 20 quid in the end. But it's taking forever and a week to come. I mean, I literally ordered it a week ago. I mean, it's only that big. You know, it's not exactly a big thing. And it's taking like a week to come. But Every, of all people, God help us, may never see it, who knows, with Every. But other carrier firms are available. But in my experience, they're not the best carrier company in the world. That's why they changed their name. Anyhow, today's video. First thing I've got to do is clean my Hoover. There's one part of it. And you can see all the white on it and crap. And I've got to clean the inside out, but you'll see that in a second. I took it down my son's house last week, he was away, and I had to clean up after his cats. And it's got massively contaminated with cat pee and cat litter and cat hair. And pretty much I couldn't dare use that Hoover in the house because it would stink. So I've got to decontaminate that first before I clean the patio, but I'll do it on the patio so that the water and that goes on there. This is what I'm going to be using. That's sort of warm water. I've tucked a few buckets full of boiling water in there and filled it up with cold, and it's just bleach. A good, I suppose there's about half a bottle of bleach in there, because I'm going to use the hydroshot. And I'm going to use the hose on it that draws direct out the bucket rather than the hose pipe. And hopefully, not only have you got the sort of like, I mean, I know these aren't the most powerful pressure cleaner in the world. Far from it. In honesty, they're not that much more higher pressure than a hose pipe. You probably get about twice as much, I reckon. Maybe half as much again. Who knows? I don't understand all these pressure things. I know they're nowhere near as powerful as an electric one. But they are convenient and they're very, very easy to use. And you can use them one-handed. So anyhow, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be getting on with the cleaning. And we shall start that in just a second. So here's the inside of the Hoover. As you can see, there's remnants of cat litter in there. Cat feces. There's bits of it in there, trust me. Although you might not be able to see it, it's definitely in there. And a lot of cat fur. And probably dog fur as well. Good job this isn't smell-o-vision, because let me tell you, it stinks. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to empty that out on the garden. And if you follow me videos, you know the bottom half of my garden is sort of left to the animals. I don't really do a lot with it. So this will get chucked in there and who knows what will happen to it. It'll rot down, blow away, disappear. I don't care. And I'll give that a clean out and we'll go from there. Okay, for those who aren't familiar with the Worx hydroshot, a quick disclaimer: I don't work for them. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not paid by them. This is purely because I think it's a great little bit of kit. And if you're thinking of getting one for summer, well, now you can see what they're all about. You've got a 20-volt battery there, comes with it. Also comes with a charger. Takes a fair few hours to charge up. I won't lie. It says it's a fast charger, but it takes a good 3-4 hours to charge it. I've also bought a generic, cheap, eBay type Amazon battery, copy battery. It does the job. It's cheap, yes, about half the price of that one. But you get it for half the price because it lasts for pretty much about half as long. So whether you want to go down that road and buy yourself an extra battery if you're going to buy one or not, it's up to you whether you get the proper one or you get the cheap generic copy. Of course, these are universal batteries. You can get them for all the Worx range. If you've already got Worx stuff, it's great because you've already got some batteries. For those who ain't familiar with them, you can either plug in a water feed there, exactly the same as if you're using a hose pipe. If you're using an electric pressure washer, hose pipe just plugs on exactly the same. But these also come with their own line, so that you can dunk it in a water source and they will draw the water and use, which is what I'm doing today because I want to use bleachy water. And pretty much that's got a filter in that. What I will say about them, the big drawback with them is for filters in there, if you're using water out of a lake or a pond or a canal or something, it doesn't take a lot to block those filters up. It really doesn't. You're forever cleaning the filters off, which is a real pain in the arse and really gets on your nerves. So if you're thinking of using one like that, something to think about. It will drive you potty, but it will work. You can use them anywhere. I mean, I know people who you go magnet fishing and they take one of these with them, throw the line in the water, and when they pull stuff out they clean it off with a hydroshot, and yeah, works brilliantly. Right, we'll dump that in there. Does take a bit to draw the water through, and the thing you've got to be careful of is pulling the line out, of course. But we'll get over here. We'll start with the hoover first. No, we'll start with the end first because I've got it on the narrow, just a jet. It's not on the fan at all, it's just on a narrowest jet. There's no mechanics in the end of that, by the way. It's all air powered, so there's nothing to actually ruin by putting water through it. See if I can get it to spin. No, it's not going to spin. But anyway, that'll have cleared that out enough. Give a head a quick clean off. Now you know why I've done it on the decking, so I don't waste any of the stuff. Flip that over so I can do the other side. Turn him over that way so I can get the other side of him. There we go. And hopefully they won't stink now. Right, I need to turn the end. Alright, you adjust these on the end here by turning it, okay? And if I hold that between my legs, you should be able to see me turn it. And I'm turning the old pipe. Very hard to do when you're holding a camera. I think that's nearly there. Is it? No, not quite. There we go. That's on 5 degrees, which is the narrowest fan. And swap hands again. This is so awkward to do. Oh, what I do for YouTube. plonk him there for a second, and we'll empty that out. We'll see how much we got out of it. That looks a lot better already. Right. What we'll do, if I can find it, simply because it'll make it a little bit quicker, we'll just get the soft broom and just give if it'll fit, it does fit just about, and just give the bottom a twirl around with that, and it should make it a bit easier to clean out. I mean, like I said, it hasn't got to be spotless, so I'm not worried about it being clean. At the end of the day, it's a hoover, it gets filled up with dirt. I just want to get the smell from cats off it so it can go back in the house. That's all I'm really worried about. So we'll get this rinsed out and I can start on the patio then. Okay, that will do. This isn't rocket science, like I said, it hasn't got to be perfect. Right, we'll get them cleared off and then I'll make a start on the patio. Right, well, as with all my videos, I have absolutely no idea how well this is or isn't going to work. But we'll give it a go. One thing I know is I'm not going to make it any worse. And it is having an effect. I think, as I said before, they're nowhere near as powerful as an electric pressure washer, which is the way to go if you want to do one of these, obviously. But it makes up for that simply by the amount of things you can use it for. And if you saw the DPF videos, it's good for cleaning one of them, because an electric pressure washer, that would just destroy a DPF. It'd rip it to pieces. Whereas this being lower powered, it did damage my DPF very slightly, but not enough that it's wrecked it, kind of thing. I mean, I'm not going to be doing this properly at this time of year. We've still got a lot of wet weather to come, kind of thing. Whereas Wales, we get wet weather in the summer. But I'm just trying to smarten it up a little bit. And like I said, 1st of March tomorrow, and I always think of that as kind of spring, whether it is officially or not. And this is working. It's most definitely cleaner. Well, what we'll do, I'll put the camera aside for a sec. I'll spray that off, just so we can have a little idea of just how different it looks, because you can't see it with all the soap on it. So give me a sec and I'll rinse that off with a bit of clean water. So I've rinsed that off with a bit of clean water. As you can see, it's not fantastic, but if you sort of compare it here to here, you can see what it's done. And of course this one is still green, look, whereas that is a lot whiter. And of course when that dries it's going to look a lot cleaner. But as a little experiment, I'm going to put it onto the nozzle, the jet. This would take incredibly long to try and clean it this way. It'd be prohibitively too long, I think. But we'll just see, there we go, whether that works any better. Very quickly. A little bit on that one. Right, oh, my battery's flashing. Hang on. Right, very quickly before my battery runs out, I've just done that little bit there, and you can see it does clean it. But anyhow, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and stick the battery on charge, clean the thing off as far as the batteries on the hydroshot will let me go. Don't suppose I've got enough to do the whole thing, but I might be able to get half of it done. And then I'll come down and I'll put a video on the end here of this one, just to show what it has actually come out like. So it's been 3 weeks since the bit you just saw. We're going to finally got round to being able to carry on with it. You can see how far I got. Not so obvious that side, but if you look this side, it's very obvious where I got to. You can even see where I overlapped, look there. So, the cleaning does work. This is only the first stage, because this is just one job of many that's got to be done out here. The next job will be to actually take the grass up, put on here and wash the grass. Reason for that, I've got dogs and they got a whole garden to pee in, but they insist on peeing on this. And 3 years it's been down, it stinks. It doesn't matter how much you wash it on the ground here, it stinks. There's also another carpet underneath, an old bedroom carpet I chucked down before I put the grass down, and bags of sand to level it up. Well, you can see there's slow points all over the place now. I need to get a few more bags of sand to level it up again, and that carpet underneath will have soaked up lots of pee and will stink, so that will need cleaning as well. But that's going to be the next video after this one. But for now, get on with the decking. So I'm all ready to go. I've got the hydroshot there ready, plumbed in, drawing from the big container. Don't actually know how much water them things hold, but it's taken 3.5 buckets of water. And what I use for cleaning, because it's cheap, chuck a whole bottle of one of them in. 2 litres. 2 litre bottle of thin bleach I chucked in there first. That used to be about 50p, then it went up to about 80p. It's now £1.5. But it's still, I wouldn't say it's cheaper than buying the proper stuff by the gallon. Probably about the same price, maybe a little bit cheaper. But it is very convenient. It's on your doorstep. Well, if you live near an Asda it is. Hence I've got a few bottles of it in there, look. But that's what I use for my general sort of cleaning with a hydroshot, because it's thin bleach, it goes through it easy. If I'm using the foamer attachment, I'll put thick bleach in. But for what I'm doing at the moment, for this first stage of cleaning, that's what I'm using. And the first thing I've got to do is empty this out, because this is full of nasty, stagnant, horrible water. I'm not even going to tip it over the decking, I'm going to tip it onto the garden if I can, because it's been in here all winter and it will stink. Oh yeah, look at the colour of that. Lovely colour. There's leaves in there and all sorts. Oh god, that's gross. Leave him that way up. Ugh. Anyhow, we'll get the hydroshot and we'll make a start. Ugh. It takes a while to draw through. Doesn't happen instantly. There we go. I think what I'm going to do, so I don't forget where I start, if I put that there, I know where I started. Because once this starts getting covered in stuff, it's very easy to forget where you actually started. Right, that's one done. You can't really see the difference. Well, you can actually. It's the after effects of the bleach as well. Within about 48 hours, the bleach really starts to whiten it up and clean it. But I'm not going to sit here and video the whole lot because it's just repetitive, and I know lots of YouTubers do that. I'm not going to mention any names, but they just show the same thing over and over and over, and it just bores you to tears. I'll show you when I've finished, and I'll probably show you then tomorrow when it's dried. Let's see what it looks like tomorrow. So I've given it a good blasting all over. Actually finished it this time. Used about 4¼ bottles, so about 9 litres of bleach, 8.5 litres of bleach, something like that. Now don't forget, that is all bleachy water vet on there, so that's all going to soak in and will hopefully make it whiter again. But we're not going to finish just yet. I'm going to give it a foam treatment now and leave it to soak, and I'll show you what that is now. Button bottle. I'll have to go in the kitchen and get the rest. Hang on. Right, so here's how I give it the foam treatment. Household bleach, normal bleach, thick bleach. Good squirt of that in there. Well, not a good squirt, it's run out, but we'll get in there what we can. Dose of washing up liquid, because we want it to bubble up. The reason I do it outside is because spilling it and you don't have to worry. And then fill it up with a thin bleach. like so. Yeah, I'm struggling one-handed again. Can't even put a lid on, look. Got it. And then this goes on here. Right, I will have to pause it a sec because I'm going to have to go and put a rubber glove on to do this one because I don't want to get bleach all over my hands. That was hard work, pressing the record button with gloves on. But anyway, I'll tighten that up as much as I can without handling it. There we go. Now, give it a swirl round. I don't want to shake it upside down because it does leak, this thing, if you turn it up. So I'll just mix it up like that by swirling it. So we know what we got in there. Squirt of the thick household bleach, concentrated bleach. Good squirt of washing up liquid. Filled it up with the thin bleach. And again, I'm going to have to stop the camera because I can't fit that and hold the camera. Okay, fun time. And there you have it. That's pretty well covered. I shall use the rest up. Well, just all over the place really. I'll do some of the fencing. Oh, if you're wondering why it's half built and why it wasn't sort of finished, this was a lockdown project. And at the time I thought I'd want to go right down the garden because in the summer this is the end that gets the sun. The end where I'm stood now doesn't get any sun here, which is why the washing line's down here. I had to move it. I built this thing myself, never built one or anything like it before. There was kits on the market, but they just looked flimsy, so I decided to build mine out of fence posts. I mean, they weren't that expensive to buy, and I've just raised one end because I thought it looked nice. But just never got round to putting decking down on this end part. Just never bothered. And the dogs use it anyway, so it basically just stays as it is. One day I may put decking on it, I may not. But anyway, I try to keep the wood sort of usable. Anyhow, what we're going to do, I'm going to have a spray around the actual grass here now. And it's getting hard work holding that by one hand. So I'm going to put that down and switch you off for a minute. I'll show you when I've finished. So that's me done for the day. As you can see, that's already beginning to soak in and disappear on there. But we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. I mean, I can tell even with the foam on it looks cleaner. I did give a spray over the grass, but it's instantly sort of soaked in and disappeared. And as I mentioned before, we have a rat problem. This is one of their favourite areas. They come up under the cover there and down between the shed. In fact, I've actually seen one while I've been filming this video. There's a little gap in the fence and it was in next doors, so I could see. Yeah, they are a problem. I'm going to have to do something about them. Not quite sure what though. But anyhow, all the remaining foam I sprayed all over there and then washed it down with what was left of the what was left in the container. That was still sort of half full, so I just used that with a jet nozzle. Mainly because of all the rat feces. It's not, I couldn't actually see any, but I'm sure if I'd gone down low enough and started looking, I would. And it's not a very healthy thing to have laying around, so just give it a quick bleach round. But anyhow, that's me done for today. I'll do one more little clip on this now at the end, tomorrow morning, just to see what it looks like. And that's another video done. And this is the first one in what's probably going to be a fair few about getting the back ready for summer. We're good on time, it's only March, so we've got a couple of months to get things sorted out. But I'm also trying to do further videos. I'm still trying to work on the Mazda. I'm an update on this one if you haven't seen any of the others. It is actually running now. And it's just a case again underneath for the last time, tying up the loose wires and blowing up the tyre and then start rebuilding the front. That's my potatoes I planted the other day. You can see the date on them, 16th of the 3rd. But that video won't be uploaded till the end of the year probably. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Catch you all tomorrow. Right, morning folks. It's the next day and it's near enough dried. You can see what it's come up like. Actually good because it's half in shade and half in sun, so you get a good idea of what it actually looks like. That's not bad for a first clean, is it? Considering how dirty it was and the fact it hasn't been done for 2 years, I'm quite pleased with that. So the next stage now in getting the garden sorted for summer will be to get up some of the artificial grass, lay it on the decking and give that a wash, because trust me, it stinks. Anyhow, this is the first part. We'll upload this and we'll see you again when we start again. Bye for now.